Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Spigen Thin Fit P case for the Z Fold 5. Now, for those of you that have been following my coverage of the Fold 5, you already know this is the best phone ever made, in my opinion, and this case was nearly the best case ever made for the Fold because we actually have a slim, brand new S Pen that's built into the case, but it is notorious. I thought maybe it was just my blue version for the pen becoming loose and falling out. And while I initially thought this is just a defect with my case, it appears everybody is having these problems. So in comes Spigen's solution, which I've used for the past 2 generations. But the reason this one is unique is that it actually supports the new stylus. Of course, you can get one of the old versions that supports the larger stylus, but I don't know why you would do that if you can get one that supports this slimmer one. So I'm looking for the easiest way to open this. We've got tabs all around. I guess I'll just cut them and let's get this out. Now this does offer front and rear protection. I'm really just looking for front protection. I say that because I want something with a kickstand, and every generation I bought of this case, I only used the front half, and I'm sure many of you are living in the same world where this unfortunately has been a half case for you every single generation. And while I would love to say that's not going to happen this time, it probably is. So let's get to the part I've been waiting for. And I'll include a link in the description on Amazon. These are right now available. They weren't at launch. And it's a very thin plastic frame cut out for the new stylus. We're going to see that in a second. And then the back, if it had a kickstand, this would be golden. Of course, it does not, so I'm less enthused about it. But for some of you, this is going to be ideal if you don't care about a kickstand, of course. So the front of this is right now stuck on, but with the arrival of this case, it's coming off because I really don't see myself using this long term. If you don't want the adhesive to be ruined, I highly recommend you heat this up a little bit with a hairdryer. You can see I'm trying to do this slowly. I'm not doing it on camera. Sorry for those of you looking for that, but it's just too much of a reach. And I've already ruined some of the tape. I can tell you that right now. I see it, as you can see right here. Some of the tape from this original case did come off. Doesn't appear I've got any residue on it, so that's good. Let's go ahead and just get this back on the line as best as I can. And look, I don't dislike this case. I really like it, but as those of you who follow my coverage know, it is not acceptable for that S Pen to be falling out. And I will have to clean this up before actually, it looks like a little bit of the sticky stuff is on there from the Samsung case, but it just came off. I'll clean this up later when I actually take off the adhesive and stick it on, but I'm about 99% sure I'm going back to this being my case. Now, I'm not in love with the bulk that this adds. And, you know, the thin profile was nice, but one of the nice features of having this particular Thin Fit P case is that when you have the pen on there, it does make it a lot easier to grab. So let's go ahead and seat this in there. I'm assuming sideways is the way to go, and it is, and it fits well. So I'm not sure many of you are going to like that two-tone, but I'm likely going to return this. The only reason it hasn't gone back to Samsung is they don't have any of this color in stock anymore. So yeah, that pretty much undoes things. So a black pen here definitely would look better. Maybe I will just return this and get the pen on its own. Haven't figured that out yet. The question becomes, what case is going to be the best case for the back side? And while I've got some aramid cases, carbon fiber coming in, I really want something with a kickstand, and I really don't want to use one of those, you know, wonky universal kickstands. I am not a fan of those. I'll pop this off right now just so you can see the entire fit and finish, since this is not glued on, so to speak. And this is a nice case, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't dislike it, and this is nearly as thin as one of the aramid cases I'm talking about, but I absolutely still need to get myself a kickstand. So there you have it with the S Pen. It fits well. Need to stick it on, though, because as you may have just noticed, as I tried to take out the S Pen, it pulled the whole case off. And that's because it is a tight fit on the S Pen. So just keep that in mind. You're going to need to actually stick this on there. Not that any of you wouldn't, but that is the fit and finish with the brand new Thin Fit P. I like it, and remember, I've used it already for the last 2 generations since it launched as at least my front half case. So now it's just a matter of finding that unicorn rear part. It sounds odd, but I've done that for the last 2 generations. I thought this would be the generation I wouldn't need to with this case. I mean, it is missing a kickstand, but at least I thought it was worth the trade-off. And there's no question I prefer the design of this over this. But this seems like it's going to be the only way I'm not going to lose the pen and still have practical access to it. Let me know what you think. Any thoughts, questions, feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe and please stay safe. Later.